First Elimination Chamber match, Survivor Series 2002. That's what we're watching today, people. Of course, this is the one where Shawn Michaels wear those particularly interesting looking brown pants or trousers, whatever you want to call it. 2 miles of chain used. Yo, bro, you good? Brandon, I'm good. We're watching the first ever Elimination Chamber, 2002. So there was about 230 votes, and almost unanimously, it was like 80% to 20% for Elimination Chamber. So that's what we're watching today, dude. How are you doing, Brandon? Shawn Michaels with his soccer mom hairstyle, his AJ Styles hairstyle, and his brown pants. It just didn't look good. And this was when Randy Orton constantly had the shoulder injury, when he just never stopped having a shoulder injury. How are you doing, Brandon?
But don't worry, there was no further damage done to my shoulder on the lawn.
There's no further damage done to my shoulder.
That sexy flight attendant shit.
That's good to hear, man. Where are you from, bro?
I just want to thank you fans. And please.
Jeez, if you watch this back, Randy Orton had like zero charisma back here. He has changed so much, and he's gotten so much more charismatic.
In no time.
Rob Van Dam, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Booker T, and Kane. What a stacked lineup. Can we just appreciate... What's up, Chepo? Can we just appreciate that this was... Oh yeah, of course, you're from Newcastle. What's the weather like there today? Here in Aberdeen, it's freezing, man. I'm wearing my creamy jumper today. Of course, from the mind of Eric Bischoff. Welcome YouTube, whoever's joined now. How you doing there on TikTok side, bro? Yeah, it's freezing down here too, bro. Bro, it's so cold. I'm ready for this winter to end now. It's sun comes up. I don't know what it's like Newcastle, but sun rises like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it sets like 3:30 in the afternoon. So we don't have an afternoon. We have morning straight into evening, which is just ridiculous, bro. This is what WWE has always done so good, better than any other company that's ever been around. WWE's video packages have always been so good. Anybody out there? Favorite video package? Is it Daniel Bryan? Is it Mania 17? I have to beat you, Rock. What's your favorite video package? I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for this song, but it's fine. I love you, I hate you, I can't live without you. Tyler, what's up, bro? In case you're wondering, we are watching the very first WWE Elimination Chamber, of course, Survivor Series 2002, when Shawn Michaels wore his infamous brown pants. Shawn Michaels tuning up the band. Is there anything better in pro wrestling than Shawn Michaels tuning up the band, or Randy starting to hear the voices? Is there anything better in pro wrestling? I don't know. I don't think so. I can't live without you. First Elimination Chamber match, by far one of the best. Bro, it was so good. That's why we're watching this. So the poll was between the first Money in the Bank ladder match and the Elimination Chamber match. And like I said, like 80% of the people, they voted for the Elimination Chamber match. So to be fair, I didn't really want to watch the first Money in the Bank match, simply because then we have to mention the name Chris Benoit, and now I've mentioned it, so I'm kind of defeating what I said. What's up, you TikTok user joined? Then we have to mention it. I didn't really want to mention it, but now I did, so now the cat's out of the bag already. I didn't want to mention, I didn't want to talk about Mr. Benoit, but now I've already mentioned it. What's up, TikTok universe? How you guys doing? We're watching the first Elimination Chamber match. Now it's the Coachman interview with Triple H and Ric Flair in his corner. The first Elimination Chamber match was for the world title. It was for the World Heavyweight title, the one that Eric Bischoff just gave to Triple H, that he didn't have to fight for anything. It's like, just here you go, championship for you. So it was for the big gold belt, who's still one of the top 3 best looking belts of all time. Like, undisputably one of the top 3 best looking belts of all time. Triple H with his promos, I have beaten everybody. Obstacle. I love Triple H though, but his promos are just questionable at best.
So what it comes down to is that
Have to stay hydrated, people.
inside of 10 tons of steel.
10 tons of steel. I am the game. I'm definitely never getting hired by WWE, like never.
And the fact is that when tonight is over, Coach, I will walk out of Madison Square Garden still the best, still the game, and still...
He just said he's still the game. What about the game? First elimination. Yeah, that big gold belt for me by far. The chat just disappeared.
But for right now,
Where's my chat? I don't know. I just missed the chat completely. Yeah, the big gold belt is absolutely beautiful belt. Oh well, I just missed the chat. Oh well, I think you said you were speaking about the big gold belt being beautiful, which you're absolutely spot on, Brandon. What's up, TikTok people? Say what's up, people. Better than ever. I miss Eric Bischoff. He was so good, such a good GM. I think Eric Bischoff is such an underrated GM. Welcome YouTube people, welcome TikTok people. We're watching I Prefer Bischoff run as GM in TNA. That was also good, and WCW, but Bischoff is just so good as a GM. He is probably the maybe the GOAT of GMs, maybe Eric Bischoff.
2 miles!
2 miles of chain, 10 tons of steel. They really watered down the Elimination Chamber. It's not nearly what it used to be. It's now so much safer, which of course is a good thing. I mean, WWE is not supposed to be dangerous for us compared to this, so it's so much safer nowadays, which I'm happy about, but also sad about, because I like the old one, especially the second one where it was Goldberg that speared Chris Jericho through the plexiglass, I think it was. What's up, TikTok people? They're going to be confined to an internal locked chamber. I don't think it's eternal. I think it opens up after a couple of minutes. Eternal locked chamber. I imagine that.
Every 5 minutes,
what's up, TikTok people? Say what's up, people.
Will be unlocked in random order by one of 4 referees. The last 2 men you see enter the ring tonight, they're going to start the contest. Now, elimination, it can happen one of 2 ways.
Pinfall or submission.
Pinfall, or if you can't stand the pain, and if you can't stand the punishment,
then you lose. If you can't stand the punishment, then you lose. Simple as that. Every 5 minutes, another superstar will join the match. 4 superstars will be confined in internal chambers. 2 superstars will start in the ring every 5 minutes. Blah 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 blah. You guys already know the rules of elimination chamber match. Back and better than ever. TikTok people, how you doing? We're watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match. It's of course Triple H, Chris Jericho, Booker T, RVD, Kane, and Shawn Michaels. What a stacked match. This was what we had back in 2002. Such a stacked match. And of course Chris Jericho being the first entrance with his arms spread. Oh man, Chris Jericho. Arguably one of the GOATs of wrestling. What do you guys think? I didn't like this entrance song of Chris Jericho though. This was probably my least favorite Chris Jericho entrance song. Jericho! Wow, how much do I miss the old school ring announcers? I know Samantha Owen did a good job and all, but you can't beat the Fink. No one beats Howard Finkel. He's just the absolute goat of ring announcers. The absolute ring announcing goat, Howard Fink. I'm just enjoying the jam, that's all. Just enjoying it. Who started this match? Was it RVD and Shawn Michaels? Was it Booker T and RVD? Because I know Triple H was in the chamber and I know Kane was in the chamber, but I can't remember who started this match. What's up YouTube? What's up TikTok? How you guys doing out there? We're watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match. Survivor Series 2002. We were just watching Chris Jericho's entrance being sung live. Of course, brilliant. Not my favorite entrance song of his ever. I like Break the Walls Down, but still, the live performance was pretty solid. Dig it. Sucker! Booker T. Shucky ducky quack quack. What a goat, Booker T. Booker. The best time for Booker T was though King Booker. That was Booker T's best time. King Booker. That was absolutely undisputably Booker T's best time. Can you dig it, sucker? And now he's going to do the Spinneroonie, which is so cool. Or the Caneroonie, or the Golderoonie, whoever does the Spinneroonie. Kane, what an entrance. Oh, Kane, is Kane's entrance on the Mount Rushmore of entrances? Let me know. I think Kane's entrance is definitely right up there, Mount Rushmore style entrance. I definitely think Mount Rushmore entrance. Welcome YouTube, who's watching in YouTube? Let me know. Say what's up people, ask me some WWE questions, give me some hot takes. I want to have some fun guys. Last weekend we had so much fun on this stream. We had a lot of fun. We were doing hot takes and everything. TikTok, let me know what your hot takes. Let's chat about wrestling, guys. I just want to have some fun on this stream. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got the looks. The fire, I got the moves that really move. I send chills up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. Why did he wear this brown pants? That's just why. Why, Shawn Michaels? Why brown pants? That's just so bad. I don't get why he wore brown pants. This makes no sense at all. I just don't get why he wore brown pants. What would have been wrong with his classic red or pink pants? Brown pants, Sean. What were you thinking, bro? And that soccer mom AJ Styles haircut. I don't know what we was thinking. But we know who wins this match, of course, so it's not much of a surprise. Welcome, TikTok people. Sexy boy, I'm not your boy, toy, boy, toy. Obviously, Triple H and RVD. And then RVD crushes Triple H's throat. I mean, it's not much. Let me just crack someone's throat. What's up, TikTok people? What's up, YouTube people? We're just watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match and just having a good time. That's all we're doing. And I want you guys to interact. Let's have a chat. Just give me some hot takes. Ask me for some predictions. Last week we had so much more fun than today. Look in your eyes, makes me feel I'm one of a kind. That was such a cool entrance song. One of a kind. Time to play the game. Hey, what's up, Biggie? How you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in my live streams before. We're just watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match, and we're at the last entrance now. We are at Triple H, and this is of course the one where that Christmas Xbox sweater is insane. Thanks, man. It's my crummy jumper. Of course, it's freezing here in Aberdeen, and now the party's started. Now we're gonna have some chats. Yeah, we're just watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match, just having a good time. Got you live for the first time. Yeah, thanks for joining, bro. It's just so cool of you, man. We're just watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match, the one with the infamous Shawn Michaels brown pants. That was not the best look ever. And of course, the one where RVD crushed Triple H's throat. And I just want to have a good time today. Last weekend we had so much fun. Last weekend we watched Royal Rumble 2001, and we had so much fun. We had hot takes flying around. We had predictions flying around. I was literally booking a WWE Championship tournament, and yeah, it was an insane time last weekend. We had so much fun. So thanks for you guys that's joining actually today. What's happening, Phoenix? Yeah, we're watching today, Phoenix. We're watching the first ever Elimination Chamber match. So we had a poll, and the votes were, I think, like 230 people voted, and it was like 80% of the votes went for the Elimination Chamber match. We're watching that today, and the match is officially on the way. The entrances are done, and entrance is, of course, one of the best parts of wrestling. You got entrances, promos, video packages, which WWE does really good. And yes, the match is about on its way. This is the one with the Shawn Michaels brown pants and RVD crushing Triple H's throat. This is that match. So, insanely good match, by the way. I watched this when I was 15 or 16, and I'm sad to admit it, but back then I still believed wrestling was real. So yes, that's kind of sad to admit, but I did believe wrestling was real. I didn't know it was predetermined. I didn't know everything. I honestly believed it was real, which makes me a very sad person, I know, but I honestly believed every single thing I saw was completely real. So, yes, think of that what you may. What's up, YouTube people? Give me some hot takes. Ask me for some predictions. Ask me for some booking. Let's have some fun. We're just watching first ever Elimination Chamber match. We all thought it was real at some point. Yeah, man. But I'm sad to admit I was still 16 when I thought it was real. It was still real to me, man. I was 16. So that's just very, very sad. Um, but at least I'm willing to admit it live on stream. Um, yeah, so I'm very sad to admit that. But thanks for hooking me up. HBK and the brown bands never made sense until I saw Deadpool. I like that. That's a cool one. But the brown pants it's so bad. He always had such cool ring gear, and this was just not a good look for him. Uh, this is just not a good look for him. I'm actually busy planning out a video as we speak. I'm gonna do, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna drop it on Christmas Day. I'm going to do a Christmas house party. All the members who should be in a Christmas house party, but I'm going to do it random, like you guys know I tend to do. What do you think about the report saying Drew McIntyre is going to have a big push next year? You think he has a chance to dethrone Cody? I don't think, if that is true, I don't think Drew is going the Cody route, because the Cody route is filled with Randy Orton. The Cody route is filled with The Rock. The Cody route is filled with Roman Reigns. The Cody route is filled with Gunther. The Cody route is filled with John Cena. We cannot forget about John Cena. I think Drew is going the Gunther route. I think if he's dethroning anybody, he's dethroning Gunther, which I wouldn't be upset with, because then Gunther can go towards the other title. That's my thoughts at least. But I wouldn't mind a big push for Drew. He deserves it, if anybody deserves it. And here is, of course, where you guys can't see it, but here is where RVD crushes Triple H's throat with a. Oh no, this is still where Chris Jericho's got him down. This is where he wants to do a frog splash, but he does that later. Drew McIntyre being pushed into the Bloodline Saga means WWE have no creative plans for him. The Bloodline Saga has been fantastic, but I don't think Punk needs to be in there. I don't think Drew needs to be in there. I don't think Cody needs to be in there. I think it needs to be the Anoa'i family. What's wrong with just leaving it to the Anoa'i family? By the way, tomorrow, video dropping tomorrow. It's the Mount Rushmore of the. You guys know my Sunday videos, the Mount Rushmores. It's the Mount Rushmore of the Anoa'i family. So that's the video dropping tomorrow, by the way. What's up, TikTok people? Say what's up. And of course, YouTube people. Never forget about my YouTube people. You guys are goated. Xbox or PlayStation? So I actually got this tattooed on me a long time ago, and I've got this Xbox jumper, but I'm currently on PlayStation. The only reason I'm on PlayStation, even though I do prefer Xbox, the only reason I'm on PlayStation is because of God of War. It's a PlayStation exclusive game, so I gotta go PlayStation. By the way, next year when the next WWE game comes out, I'm thinking of live streaming GM mode. Would you guys be stoked on me live streaming the GM mode? Ames Master. In case you just joined, we are watching the first ever WWE Elimination Chamber match, 2002 Survivor Series. This is the one with Shawn Michaels brown pants, in case you didn't know. GM mode live would be sick. If you're going to join, man, if I've got one person it's going to make happy, then I'm gonna do that. I'm just thinking of best time, but it would probably be about Saturday midday because I'm still employed full time. I don't get paid nearly enough on social media to make a living from this. So I'll probably live stream some GM mode on Saturdays. But I do think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. God of War Ragnarok is awesome. I played God of War Ragnarok is so cool, but my favorite God of War game still is still the second one. The one that was still on PlayStation 2. You had the first one where you actually went up against Ares. Then you had the second one where you went up against Zeus. That's probably still my favorite one. I really, really love God of War 2. I recently, for the first time actually on PlayStation Now, I played Ascension. I wasn't that impressed. It was okay. It was mid at best. Your opinion on the new Dark Shinsuke Nakamura? Bro, I love it. So if you watched my, in case you don't watch my predictions videos, then where are you from? So my prediction for the PLE where Nakamura won, everybody's predictions that I watch obviously a lot of wrestling content creators, and most people had LA Knight retaining. I was one of the few ones that actually said no, Nakamura needs to win. LA Knight doesn't need it anymore. He's already established. If Nakamura, that new character debuted, if he lost, then he's already dead and buried. So I'm very high on this Dark Shinsuke character. I'm super high on it, and I'm so glad he won because he needed to win. You can't debut a new character and then just lose. It like makes no sense in this world. Maybe you should do predictions before PLEs and thoughts after PLEs. I usually do predictions before PLEs. I didn't do Saturday night. I didn't do that one because I had a work function that I had to attend to, and I just had a super busy time. But I usually do predictions. I usually drop it on the Thursday before the PLE. So you can go back and watch my predictions and tell me exactly how right I was, because I usually get it fairly spot on. But I haven't done reactions much after the PLEs. I would love to for this to be my full-time gig, but I still work, and I work quite an intense job. I work 8 to 5 every day, so it's quite intense. Obviously not weekends, and my job is quite intense. So I don't have as much time as I would like to. I would like to watch every single thing live, like every single thing I would like to watch live on stream, but unfortunately I'm not in that position yet. If you could take one WWE title, any current, even NXT, and give it to someone else, who would it be? I've said this for a little while now. I think that, and this is maybe a hot take, I think that Rhea is not going to dethrone Liv. I think eventually Raquel's going to get tired of Liv, and she's going to turn on Liv, and Raquel's going to turn face, and she's actually going to dethrone Liv. So that's one I would like to see. That's my like incredibly off the charts booking that I think most people would think is absolutely crazy, but I think that's a very, very big possibility. And that's the main one I want to see happen. Obviously there's a lot that I would like to see, but that's the one where, if I'm going to go out on a ledge, that's the one that I'm going to say that's going to happen sometime. I'm not sure when, but man, Raquel is going to turn on Liv, and it's going to be fantastic, and Liv's going to get her comeuppance. But I do think Liv will eventually turn face again. It's just a matter of time. She's too good to not naturally just turn face. And I do think somehow, sometime, Dom will get so just over that he will just naturally... Remember how much The Rock was booed? And then he just got naturally over because he's so good. Now, I'm not saying Dom is nearly as good as The Rock. I'm not saying that. And here we go, Spinneroonie. I'm not saying Dom is nearly as good as The Rock. But I think Dom is good enough to get naturally just over. It's not going to happen now, but maybe 2025, maybe 2026. He's just going to get so over that they just have to turn him face. And then, of course, future WWE World Champion. If WWE does not book this, then they need to step up their game. Has to be Jacob Fatu. Sorry, all the questions and opinions, but don't have any WWE fan friends from Cape Town, SA. I'm flying solo. Bro, I love the questions. This is what I want whenever I stream. I want the interaction. I couldn't care less about the match. I've watched this match. It's just an excuse for me to live stream. Turn who face? Dom and Raquel, eventually. That was TikTok, by the way. And how Raquel's going to turn face is she's going to turn on Liv. Dom, he's just going to get so naturally over that he's just going to turn face. And I love the questions. By the way, I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa, but I live in Aberdeen, Scotland now. But Cape Town, South Africa will always be my home. Where in Cape Town are you from, bro? Imagine if we actually lived really close to each other. That would be insane. And I also pretty much fly solo, but definitely not Sokoa. Not a fan of solo at all. I think Jacob Fatu, future world champion. If you're new to this, what we're doing is we're watching the first ever WWE Elimination. Durbanville. Bro, I lived in Brackenfell. We literally lived like 5 minutes drive from each other. You know Cape Gate? I literally lived right by Cape Gate Mall. Not that any of you really know where that is. In case you just joined, we're watching the first ever Elimination Chamber live on stream. This, of course, 2002, the horrible Shawn Michaels brown pants. But it's not about the watching at all. It's just an excuse for me to live stream and interact with you guys, because you guys are all goated. The ones that's watching right now, you guys are the goats. TikTok and YouTube, you guys are the goats. And here's where, oh no, it's not yet, the crushing his throat. Oh yes, this is where where RVD crushes Triple H's throat. This is where RVD crushes his throat. And Triple H, as tough as he is, I'm not a big Triple H guy, but as tough as he is, he wrestled the rest of his match with a crushed larynx. Oh man, he just landed straight square on his throat. By the way, like I said earlier, next year I'm very possibly planning on playing, if I can figure out how to exactly get it done, playing the GM mode of the WWE games live on stream. I think that's going to be so much fun. But I'll have a twist, depends on what the game allows and what the game doesn't allow. I just wish I had someone to play against, but like not online. I don't want to play online. I mean on the couch. WWE failed John Morrison second round. Bro, WWE failed John Morrison. They just failed John Morrison. From the moment Eminem, Dom will follow the Eddie route. He was surrounded by Benoit, Saturn, and Malenko till he popped off on his... Bro, he's going to get so over. Dom will get incredibly over. And I think what's going to get him over, I think he might have a match with John Cena and John Cena's final run. Maybe hot take, but I do think that's very possible. And also, what was I saying? I just want to sit on the couch and play GM mode against someone. I used to play it against my brother, but that's when we were still kids. When I think it was the 2007 SmackDown versus Raw when they had a GM mode. I used to play it against my brother, and that was so cool. I used to, the ones that Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze used to play on Up Up Down Down, not the new ones, the 2007 one, was such a cool GM mode game. But yeah, you were spot on. WWE failed John Morrison, and they failed him so badly. John Morrison, one of the most athletic guys ever. WWE didn't fail Morrison. Vince failed a lot of superstars, including Morrison. Well, I agree with that. But at that time, Vince McMahon was WWE. So Vince McMahon failed him, so WWE failed him. But I do get what you're saying. Vince McMahon, if you win at least 6'3" and 240 pounds, good days, SmackDown, here comes the pain is the best. Bro, that's a goated game. Kryptonite Core, that's a goated game. But I've always been a fan of the booking side of things. So I've always been a fan of games where you can book. So for me, anywhere where I can take control and be a GM, it's a lot of fun. And hopefully next year you guys get to see, or next game you guys get to see me book it live on stream. I think it's too late for this one because we're already so deep into the season that everybody's doing it already. WWE did fail John Morrison and Shelton Benjamin. Bro, WWE, all Vince McMahon, whatever you want to say, they failed so many guys. So many guys that should have gotten a bigger push. And I'm talking about from the golden era. I love the GM mode, bro. I also love the GM mode. They felt so many people from the golden era up to the new generation, um, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, PG. They just failed people left and right. The list is endless. Absolutely, bro. The list is, and at one point, if you were 6'8" and you had muscles, you were gonna get pushed. And no matter, thank you. It's almost Crimmy o'clock. I mean, it's Crimmy in a couple of days. So thanks, bro. It's obviously I'm live streaming, so I almost said what day it is. This is a live stream. This is not a video. I almost said what day it is. So I'm literally working still till Christmas Eve. I'm off Christmas Day, Boxing Day, then I'm working again. The company I work for, there's like, you guys from South Africa? There's like 12 public holidays a year. I get in the UK we call it bank holidays. I get 5. That's it. So I miss my South African public holidays. I miss that so much. And Kane, of course, just absolutely destroying Triple H in the corner. And like I said earlier, and I'm sad to admit this, but I'm willing to admit anything. When this match happened, 2002 Survivor Series, I was 15 or 16. I couldn't exactly remember the date. And I still believed it's J-Lo. I am great, bro. And you know what would be insane video to make? A WWE Rugby 15. Bro, I've made that before. I've made WWE Rugby 15. I've made that. You must just go and watch it. But you know what? I'll make it again. But what I did last time, you that asked that about that now, my fellow South African. So I did it spinning for random guys. You can go back and watch it. It's such a cool video. I had such a good time making it. I think Daniel Bryan ended up being my scrum off. But that's good to hear, bro. But what I can maybe do, and I'll drop it sometime. Maybe I'll drop a WWE 15. But instead of doing it with random guys, I just do it with who I think would be best in that position. Would you guys be keen on that if I do a WWE, but a Rugby 15, and say who I think would be best in that position? Like, who would be the best wing, who would be the best scrum off, all those kinds of things, and make a 15. Is that kind of what you've got in mind? I did it last time, just random, and I ended up having, I think, I had a small prop because that was the only position I was left, and a guy that popped up. I didn't get Yoko, I didn't get Big Show, I got no one big to play prop. I want to see AEW do something special with Benjamin and Morrison. Current superstars WWE only. Current, so you said, and I'm pointing at yours, current superstars WWE only, and you want me to make a Rugby 15. Now, in case I forget, just go on any of my videos. You already know the vibes. Go on any of my videos, just comment that you want a Rugby 15, current WWE superstars, and you want it to be just you guys, you get the idea. Comment on one of my videos, because by the end of the stream I'm maybe gonna forget. Just comment it after this. Watch the rest of the stream. After this, just go and comment that on any of the videos, and you know I've got you. You know I do all the requests. It's just a matter of time when I do it. They're going to do something special with Lashley, MVP, and Benjamin. Maybe they're gonna reunite the Hurt Business, because the Hurt Business in TNA was goated compared to WWE. Like, so much better. What's your favorite WWE match ever? Oh man, Carlito should get another run with the IC title. I think Carlito's good. What's your favorite WWE match ever, man? That's such a tough question. If it's any match, it's the Royal Rumble 2001. It's my favorite match ever. But if it has to be a one-on-one match, oh man, I'm gonna just throw a couple out. TLC 2, of course, as well. Such a goated match. But if I just have to throw a couple of one-on-one matches out there, Cactus Jack, Triple H, Royal Rumble 2000, love that match. Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle at King of the Ring, love that match. And Stone Cold, The Rock, Mania X7, love that match. Hurt Syndicate, yes, of course, the Hurt Syndicate, because they couldn't use any WWE IP. But it's the same thing ultimately. That's probably some of my favorite matches. I know obviously most people are going to say it's going to be HBK versus Taker, Mania 25. Now that's a really good match, but I'm talking about the matches I had so much personal investment in. That's going to be my favorites. I know you asked me what's my favorite, and just one, it's going to be the Rumble. Carlito for IC run, I agree 100%. I think Carlito deserves a lot more, and again, Now, he did have a successful run, but his first run was that another person that WWE failed slightly. James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles. Bro, come on. You're trolling, man. Come on, you can't be serious. That's no, man. You cannot be serious. That cannot be your favorite match of all time. I dig it though, but it can't be your favorite match of all time. What's your guys? Let me know what your favorite matches of all time. I listed mine. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree. I'm probably super wrong, and I've got no idea what's going on in the match. I'm enjoying the chat too much. Big E, AEW are doing something. Want to see Benjamin as a world champion? I don't think Benjamin's getting pushed as world champion. I just don't think that's in the cards. I think that world championship picture is so congested already. I wouldn't mind it. Don't get me wrong. I think Benjamin deserves it, but I don't think it's happening. I can't see it happening anytime soon. Choke slam on Shawn Michaels. Choke slam from hell. James Ellsworth doing the no chin music. James Ellsworth was literally he was just played for laughs. He wasn't taken seriously. And if you watch his work on the indies, how old are you? Me. My first match, okay, by the way, I'm 38. Been watching WWE since 1990. Hogan versus Savage, WrestleMania 5. My very first match I ever watched. The first match that got me onto wrestling, even though I do not like one of the competitors, and you guys that know me know exactly who. The very first match, Taker versus Orton, Mania 21. That's a solid. I agree with AW World Title picture. Ring of Honor. That's I like the Ring of Honor scene at the moment. My very first match I ever watched was Hogan versus Sid at Mania. That's the very first match I ever watched. The very first match, and that got me hooked. These two larger-than-life cats just beating each other, and I got hooked on it immediately. And that's where this journey for me started. Now, and there's Kane, Gonzo. So, bye Kane. Was nice seeing you. So that's where the journey started for me, was Hogan versus Sid, when it was still Psycho Sid, I believe it was, at WrestleMania. That was my very first match that I ever watched in my entire life. Love your channel, bro. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I do this for you guys. Were you Eastern Mall or Empress Palace? No, I never got there. I was at the Grand West show. The live show in Grand West, where the guy came from the crowd and he gave Randy Orton a low blow when it was Randy Orton versus Big E. I was at that show. My first ever match was, okay, that's a long time ago. That's like incredibly long ago. So I was at the live show where the guy came from the crowd and he gave Randy Orton a low blow, and Big E was like, is he part of the show? Is he part of the show? And the guy's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. That was the only live WWE event I've ever watched. Unfortunately, I haven't been lucky enough to watch a lot of live. Oh, you're joking. Okay. What was your first match? Because you met Bret Hart. I only saw that now. You met Bret Hart, Rikishi, Big Papa Bum. That's so cool. Noah's Ark was still damn. I've been wrestling fan for over 25 years. Just want to see some good, solid wrestling and solid stories. Literally all I want to do is I just want to have a goofy, fun time. If you are new to my channel, all I do is I try and make the goofiest possible content out there. My channel's name is literally Wrestle Goof. So I just want to make goofy stuff. I don't want to take myself too seriously. I really don't want to take life too seriously. Life is too short to take it seriously. I just want to have a good time and just be goofy all the time. That's my goal in life. Just be goofy all the time. Good old Bruno Sammartino, what a legend. He is a people. So younger guys don't understand quite how important Bruno is to the business. If it wasn't for Bruno, where would we be today? Now, those of you that know me know I'm not a Hulk Hogan fan at all, but he's important to the wrestling business. Now, I don't have to like someone for someone to be important. Most underrated WWE solo superstar on the roster now, but you can give me two. Most underrated solo. So underrated means the WWE is not rating them as high as they should. I'm gonna go Chad Gable. Like easy, it's Chad Gable. Um, Most underrated solo star on the roster right now. So Chad Gable's my one. Who else? There's quite a few. Let's go women's division. Let's go Chelsea Green. I love Chelsea Green because she's goofy. So Hulk Hogan is the best person ever joking. Yeah, they need to push, and he deserves to push. Chad Gable needed to have won a title a long time ago. I don't know how he hasn't. And I actually made a video, two videos actually, because there were so many, two top 10 videos of the biggest lies Hulk Hogan ever told. Bruno lived a good solid life, was a massive draw back in the early days of WWF, and of course the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, that Ric Flair heavily lent on for his character. So, yeah, there's a lot of guys that lent heavily on former guys for their character, but again, it's up to them to give the okay or not. And Buddy Rogers did give Ric Flair the okay to do that, just like Superstar Billy Graham gave Hulk Hogan the okay, just like Stone Cold gave Chad Gable should be IC champion this year. Sheamus as well. Sheamus needs to win it so he can at least be part of a very, very, very elite group of WWE wrestlers. I once high-fived Hulk Hogan. He then went down and said his neck was like he did with did you know that Hulk Hogan said he once partied with John Belushi, and he said that after John Belushi already passed away. He also said that he was asked by Metallica to play bass for them, but he didn't want to. He said he was the one that actually spotted the talent of Kevin Owens. He also said that he was approached to be the face and the spokesperson of the George Foreman girl, even though the people that made the girl said no, it was always going to be the George Foreman girl. Hulk Hogan was never a consideration. He also said that he spotted a Make-A-Wish child at Wembley Stadium, and yet he's never competed at Wembley Stadium for WWE. So yeah, he said some rather controversial things, but oh well. He's just gonna be Hogan. Hogan's gonna Hogan, people. And since he was dead, yes, he did. He said, he did. So you actually know all about those stories. It's so cool. Hulk Hogan is mid, a legend, but overrated. I was always a Randy Savage guy between the two. So there was always a conversation. There was a few conversations. Were you a Randy Savage, or were you a Hulk Hogan guy? I was a Savage guy. Then there was, were you a Shawn Michaels or a Bret Hart guy? I was a Shawn Michaels guy. Then there was, were you Stone Cold or The Rock guy? I was a Stone Cold guy. That you guys probably know already. Then there was, were you a Randy Orton or John Cena guy? I was a Randy Orton guy. I was an Ultimate Warrior guy. Personally, I wasn't an Ultimate Warrior fan, but I respect your opinion. Then there was, were you a Trish Stratus or Lita fan? I could not have been more of a Lita fan. Even if I tried, I couldn't have been more of a Lita guy. Lita was my teenage crush. When I was a teenager, like, okay, actually not, yes it was, 98, 99, 2000, right around there, when I was 11, 12, 13, 14. Shawn Michaels over Bret Hart for sure. When I was 11, 12, 13, 14, I had such a crush on Lita. Like, you cannot believe how big a crush I had on Lita. Trish, of course, very attractive woman, but Lita, her style, everything, the tattoos, everything, just absolutely did it for me. By the way, my newest tattoo, this is my newest one I got. It's a plague doctor. This is my newest one. And in case you guys didn't know, because I always film with jumpers on because I live in Scotland, it's always cold. I'm like pretty much solidly tattooed. And now I'm going to get some people unsubscribing because I'm a tattooed person. People unsubscribe for no reason at all. And they let me know. They send me messages saying they're going to unsubscribe because I said I'm not a fan of Hogan. Bro, have you ever heard of the word opinion? I love getting tattoos as well. It's just incredibly painful. Hulk Hogan is the type of guy to not put over 20-year-old at WrestleMania and he beat them in 20. Absolutely. That's one of the gripes I have with Hogan. He never put younger talent over. It's one of the biggest problems I had with him. Didn't put younger guys over. Yeah, people have told me they're going to unsubscribe to my channel because I don't like Hogan. People literally have never heard of an opinion. And I'm of the sound mind, and you guys that have commented on a lot of my videos, you know I always respect other people's opinions. I might not agree with it, but I respect other people's opinions. Opinions are not fact, it's just opinion. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. I'm amazed people like Hogan. I get it. He's important to the business. But exactly, that's why at SummerSlam Shawn Michaels oversold. Yes, because they were supposed to do a three best of 3 match, and Shawn Michaels was going to win. The first one was going to be Hogan, second one was going to be Michaels, third one was going to be Hogan. And then Hogan said, nope, I'm not losing to Shawn. Then Shawn's like, oh, well then, I'm going to... But Hogan actually liked that, because finally somebody sold his offense. Yo, on Bolsov, you are a little bit late, bro. We have about 15-20 minutes left in this stream, but thanks for joining. You were one of the goats last week. We're talking about Hogan. It's the topic of the day. So I actually think Hogan loved the SummerSlam 2005 match because Shawn Michaels finally sold his offense the way it should be sold by jumping all over the... I think he liked it. I think he was like, yeah, finally. Shawn Michaels overselling was so funny. He looked like an octopus in a dryer. That's what Shawn Michaels looked like in that match. And I'm willing to die on that hill. But I still think Hogan felt good about it because Shawn Michaels sold his offense the way that people should sell it. So after this stream, what do you guys think of me playing the latest Sportskeeda Guess the Wrestler? And then you guys can help me figure it out. I think that's a good idea. Not Lido Stratus, I thought more like John Cena, meaning Mickey James. Mickey James also, can you believe, I mean, if you Google Mickey James, she's always been in incredible shape. And what you're talking about, we're talking about our childhood WWE crashes, and also we're talking about Hogan's bold-faced lies. That's pretty much what we're talking about. And I'm asking you guys if I should do the latest Sportskeeda Guess the Wrestler live on stream, and you guys can help me try and get the answer. Because it might be a really easy one, might be a difficult one. I wonder how many careers Hogan has ruined. He almost ruined Undertaker's career by lying. Yes, after Undertaker tombstoned him on the chair when Hogan's head was this far from the mat, Hogan said, oh, you got me, brother. And Taker honestly thought he was going to get fired because Hogan's the golden goose. And he watched it the next week and he saw it was close. And then Hogan's like, oh no, my head was too tight against your quads. You got my neck. No, he didn't. He tried to ruin Undertaker because Undertaker was going to become the face of the company and he was scared because he's going to take his spot. So he almost ruined his career. Jokes aside, Sable was my Sable. Whoo! Mark Mero, you were a lucky man. Brock Lesnar, you are a lucky man. But then again, Sable couldn't wrestle. She was just eye candy. The other ones we spoke about, Lita, Trish, and Mickey, they could actually go in the ring. This match is almost done. Then I'm going to play Sportskeeda's quiz, Guess the Wrestler, and you guys are going to help me actually get the answer. It's got to be over. No, it's not. We know who wins the match. I'm watching this retrospectively, so of course I know who wins the match. It's Mr. Brown Pants himself. Mr. Brown Pants. Hulk Hogan is going to enter the 2025 Rumble at number 1 and win the whole match. He's going to enter at number 0, be an extra entrant, just so he can throw out 30 wrestlers and say he's the first person to ever throw out 30 wrestlers. That's what Hogan's going to do. He's going to enter and throw out every single other contestant, or at least he's going to say that afterwards. Shawn Michaels' attire at that event was so bad. I don't get it either. I don't get how he thought it was ever going to be a good idea to wear brown pants at his crowning ceremony where he's going to finally be back at the top, at the pinnacle of WWE. I don't know how he thought there's no Dom's gonna betray Liv for Tiffany Wright. If he does that, I'm gonna say Dom is better. Dom's gonna betray Liv or Tiffany? I think if anything, um, Raquel is going to betray Liv and become champion. But Dom, he's so over as a heel, and I think if anything, he might go back, crawling back to mommy once he eventually turns face, because it's just a matter of time before Dom eventually just turns face because he's so incredibly over. Triple H with a pedigree on the outside. Guess who just joined the TikTok stream on that side? My wife actually just joined it. So she's actually watching my videos. That's so nice of her. So loving and so kind. Even though she doesn't like wrestling at all. Like, not even a little bit. Dom is one lucky man. I couldn't agree more. Hogan is bad, a bad husband, bad guitar player. No, he was a good guitar player. He was scouted by Metallica. He was scouted by them to play bass guitar, even though the members of Metallica said no, this was never a thing. He's like, no, it is a thing. I was scouted by Metallica to play bass guitar for them. Hogan is definitely an interesting character. Elbow drop. How tough was Triple H fighting the rest of this match with a crushed throat? He was in the rest of this match for like 20 minutes with a crushed throat. There we go. And Triple H, he's just gutting it through. Dom does not look 27. How old do you think Dom looks? If you say he doesn't look 27, Triple H is the GOAT. Triple H is one of the GOATs. Absolutely. He's definitely Mount Rushmore kind of conversation. How old do you think Dom looks? Do you think he looks younger or older than 27? I think WWE 24, 25, that's fair. I think WWE have to stop the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and Dom story. It's going to come ahead at WrestleMania. That's the end of that. They're going to push it. Possibly, maybe, Rhea wins the Rumble. Maybe, that's a possibility. I think it's going to come ahead at Mania. I think that's the end of the story. It has to be. It can't go on longer than that, surely. Tuning up the band. And then reverse, of course, into a pedigree, and the pedigree wasn't going to work because Shawn Michaels has to win because this is his crowning. Almost done with this match. Then we're going to play Sportskeeda, Guess the Wrestler. By the way, Sportskeeda, I'm an affiliate, so if you ever see links in my videos, what pay-per-view have you watched live? I've not watched any pay-per-views live. I've only watched one live event, and that was when WWE went to Cape Town, and that's the one where the guy from the crowd came and he gave Randy Orton the low blow. That's the only event I've ever watched live. Or do you mean live on stream? Is that what you mean? By the way, yes, like I was saying, I'm a Sportskeeda affiliate. So if ever you see links in my videos for Sportskeeda, if you click them, I make a couple of cents from that. So that would be very kind of you. Bob Backlund and Bret Hart feud was a great one. I think the Judgment Day storyline all ends on Netflix Raw. I mean, any pay-per-view if it was one match. So I think, there we go, Shawn Michaels wins. And this is his crowning. Okay, so to answer all those questions, I've never watched a live pay-per-view. I've watched live on stream a couple, but I've never watched a live pay-per-view because most of my life I've lived in South Africa, and South Africa never had live pay-per-views. And now I live in Scotland. Every time they had Clash at the Castle, I wasn't able to go. So let's play Sportskeeda. So clue number 1. Start guessing using the clue. He was the first ever African-American ECW champion. Who was the first ever African-American ECW champion? I think this one's going to be very, very easy. Let me know who you guys think this is. This is the last thing we're doing on stream. Then we're ending the stream. But thanks for you guys who joined. You guys are the GOATs. Who's the first ever African-American ECW champion? There's a very, very clear right answer. the first guest that comes up, like legitimate guest that comes up on any of the two chats, I will use that as my first guess. Anybody? Nobody wants to play with? Now people are probably Googling the answer. Ron Simmons. He was WCW champion. He was not Ron Simmons. He was not ECW champion. So I'm using that as a guess. And now they're filtering it out. He's a couple of Man of the Hurt Business had so much potential. Bobby Lashley. There we go. Bobo Lashbot. So let's go. Bobby Lashley. And there we go. This was a super easy one on Sportskeeda. I mean, really, really easy one. But Ron Simmons first WCW, or was it NWA? Anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. And that's the end of today's stream. So thank you guys for joining. You guys are all the goats. So TikTok, peace y'all. And YouTube, peace guys. Thanks for joining. We'll do this next week again.